Good morning and welcome. A very warm welcome to all of you on this cold and frosty winter morning. Many of you traveling from outside other parts of the country may be finding it a little colder than you may have expected, but we are going to make it really worthwhile. Thank you for joining us. I am Upasana Sharma and I will be your friend and anchor through the 3 days that you are going to be here. Looking forward to this absolutely engaging program that is going to commence today for all of you. Folks, as we begin, I would like to bring in a few thoughts about STPI. Many of you have been a part of this esteemed organization in various ways, but some of you perhaps may need to know a little more. STPI, as we all know, was set up in 1991 under the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. Of course, the main objective of this organization was to promote software exports from the country, but as things moved and transformed, today STPI serves as a catalyst for innovation and technological advancement in the country overall. It nurtures startups, fosters technological advancement, and simplifies regulatory hurdles, all in the pursuit of igniting innovation and propelling India's startup ecosystem to greater heights. I'm pleased to share with you that STPI has undertaken various initiatives and projects for support and promotion of startups and innovation in emerging technologies across India. These include the Next Generation Incubation Scheme. Many of you may be a part of those. It's NGIS. Multiple domain-specific centers, the COEs, Fab Labs, Atal Incubation Centers, among others. STPI is pretty much key to igniting innovation and fueling startups all over India. I represent TI Delhi-NCR. TI, many of you again may be aware, is a global organization that fosters entrepreneurship. We will talk more about TI and how TI is now going to be a partner in your journey. Through your sort of entire entrepreneurial journey, we are going to be your partners. I would now like to invite on the stage Shri Arvind Kumarji, Director General STPI. Sir, please welcome on the stage. Shri Subodh Sachan, Director Startup Innovation STPI Headquarters, to please come up on the stage. Shri Devesh Tyagi ji, Senior Director STPI. So please welcome upon the stage. Also like to invite Alok Mitta, who is the President of TI Delhi-NCR and co-founder Indifi Technologies. I would like to invite Paritosh Pathak. Paritosh is the founder of Paritosh Pathak International. Paritosh, please welcome upon the stage. Thank you very much, dignitaries. I would now like to invite Alok Mittal, President TI Delhi-NCR, for the welcome address, please.
Thank you, Upasana. Good morning, everyone. Delhi style, good morning, come on. No, this is the only way we know how to warm up, right? It's my pleasure to welcome Mr. Arvind Kumar, Director General STPI, Mr. Devesh Tyagi, Senior Director STPI, and Subodhji, who's been our partner in getting this done. Thank you so much for all your support. And welcome to all the startup founders here. It's a pleasure to see a room full of founders on a morning in Delhi. I think some of our colleagues are stuck in travel, but you know, they'll be joining us soon. As Upasana was mentioning, TI is a global organization founded more than 30 years back with the mission to foster entrepreneurship. And there are really 2 or 3 things that we do towards that. First is educating about entrepreneurship. And as most of you as entrepreneurs would know, educating about entrepreneurship is not about doing big lectures, right? It's about experiencing the process of entrepreneurship. And we started with the venture studio format almost 12 years back when it was not as talked about. And it is a privilege to now partner with STPI to bring next 3 days of learning to all of you. The second thing that we do is networking. And again, as you would guess, entrepreneurs network amongst themselves, they help each other out. One of the things that we've seen in the venture studio format is the cohorts get very, very strong. So by the time you guys finish this program, you will be in a position to to help each other out. And we've seen some of these cohorts, literally continue to engage for years after the program has happened. And the third key pillar of TIE is mentoring. Again, through the course of the next 3 days, you will experience some of that. But one of the things we are also doing as part of this program is inviting all of you to be members of TIE so that you can continue to dip into the resources that TIE represents for next many months and not just the next 3 days. The LEAP program has been a fantastic experience so far. We got almost 1,250 applications, out of which 88 teams are now part of this cohort. So welcome to all of you. You've already kind of crossed a few hurdles, and I'm sure you will cross many more as you build your business. More importantly, these are not all Delhi startups, and I'm sure within this group, we went to Bhubaneswar, we went to Vijayawada, Chandigarh. So really, these startups are coming from all parts of the country. Really, I think the core purpose of this program, ties in very well with what we do at TIE, no pun intended. But the Venture Studio program itself has a mechanism of learning the networking opportunities. One of the things that we are also doing as part of this program, along with support from STPI, is to make sure that we can provide some of you with market linkages and financial linkages, right? So that is a core objective of this program. Again, capital meaning equity, angel capital, debt financing, whatever is the form of capital that your startup needs, market access, again, through not just TIE Delhi, but TIE Global Network. So those are some of the objectives that we have set for ourselves. But I really want to, again, welcome all of you and wish you all the very best in the next 3 days of your journey, but more importantly, the next decade of building your startup, right? These are 10-year, 15-year journeys. And I hope we are able to make a positive difference to their journey over the next 3 days. So thanks so much, welcome, and have a great time.
Thank you so much, Alok. I would now like to invite Shri Subodh Sachan, Director, Startups and Innovation, STPI Headquarters, for taking you through the cohort orientation, plans, objectives, and outcomes. Subodhji has been absolutely instrumental in what this program is shaped up as. Like Alok mentioned, this is a program that we at TIE have been running for the last almost a decade, maybe a little more. But Subodhji has literally elevated it and transformed it. He's the lifeblood actually of this program. I would like to request him to please come over here and take you through the orientation and the plan.
Thank you, Pasnaji. Dignitaries on the dais, Director General Shri Arvind Kumar ji, as DG STPI, Senior Director Shri Dr. Devesh Tyagi ji, STPI, Alok Mittal ji, President of TIE Delhi-NCR, Paritosh Pathak ji, all the the founders, entrepreneurs sitting right in front. We have I think great to have you here. Along with that, all my NGIS STPI team members, both from headquarters and also from all their places. I just wanted to run the presentation, so I hope yes. I think Upasanaji talked about that, the leap ahead has been probably a lot of work has gone in, but let me tell you, it's a collective decision, collective leadership, and especially the guidance from our leadership, both DG Saab and SG Saab has been able to guide that, within STPI, we have been doing a lot of work in terms of startup activities, but let's look forward. Let's look forward in terms of what we can do in terms of scaling up, because if you ask me today, where STPI stands, clearly, STPI has been able to bring in, the startup ecosystem. With the startup ecosystem, we really focused in supporting each one of you, whether you are sector specific, or whether you are domain focused, whether you are focused in terms of core areas like the fintech, agri-tech, etc. So we have been trying to do a lot of activities in the last 4 to 5 years. And STPI, from an ecosystem perspective, is a great enabler. You will get to know, and I'm sure a lot of you already are aware about what STPI has been able to do, because some of you are coming from STPI ecosystem as of now as well. But primarily what we have done is, in past, is that we have focused on the centers of entrepreneurship. These have been clearly the foundational ecosystem which STPI has built on top of its legacy of incubation and legacy of supporting the STPI, legacy of supporting the IT innovations from the last 3.5 decades. right? The centers of entrepreneurship is where you get the access of the labs, you get the access to the quality mentors, you get access to the marketing programs, you get access to the partner ecosystem we have built in. On top of that, with the support of Ministry of Electronics and IT, as well as, and a lot of these programs are, were supported through Ministry of Electronics and IT, as well as by state governments, right? But especially when we met Ministry almost 3 years back and said that there is a need for giving early stage funding support to a lot of startups, and that's where the NGIS was born. And today, NGIS scheme is one of the foundational schemes where we give access to the early stage capital, both in the form of stipend for the lot of startups which are probably idea stage, and also the startups which require the capital, both in terms of professional investment, right? From the fact that you kind of get interaction with the real investors. But doing this, and we have good numbers to, in terms of the capability which we have built in across India, both in our infrastructure, as well as our teams, as well as the ecosystem which we have enabled right now. If I talk about 1200 plus startups which are there today, and most of these startups are in their journey of not just creating products, but also filing IPRs and innovations. And I think that's where we look forward for, ensuring that each one of you grows further. But when we were meeting TiE, and I think let me really, really thank the TiE Delhi team, because from the collaboration perspective, we realized there is a lot needs to be done. And that's where the Leap Ahead was born, because we realized that the startups have reached a stage where they need, more scales. And that's when we were having a discussion internally with the DG STPI and, SDS, of STPI, and then, the members of our collaborating ecosystem. We realized that there are a couple of pillars we need to activate. And one of the first pillar was that there is a startup which are probably sitting in the early traction stage. They have, the products ready. They kind of achieve the product market fit, but there is scaling up which needs to be required. And then when we looked into what is happening around the scaling up, we realized that there is no pan-India program to really focus on, bringing the scaling up aspect. And that's when, Leap Ahead, the first pillar of the Leap Ahead was clearly there is a need for a mentorship for the scale up, because there are certain elements which are very really targeted for ensuring that you scale up, because this mentorship program will start from where you are already there. This will not start from very basics. This will start from that, assuming that you are a product market fit ready startup, assuming that you have kind of early traction, and then learning and unlearning of that. That's what typically the 3 months program will actually try to achieve, and then build on that, build on the certain elements. I'll talk about those elements. But what the first was the quality mentorship. The second was in terms of enabling what we called as there is a need for startups which are building locally. There is a need to build a global connections. And how do we build global connections? And again, this is where some of the initiatives STPI which it took in past. I think the Mission to USA program, which was initiated by RDG. Last year we took some startups, and we realized that there's a lot of value which gets created when we take some startups. We expose the startups for the global connection perspective. And that's why we started building. Why, in terms of why do you just look for US as a market? There are other markets like Singapore as a market. And then we ran one pilot program for Singapore. We took some startups there, met with the global fintech ecosystem over there. Again, it was very clear guidance from our leadership. Leadership says that, there is a lot needs to be done, and let's try to see what needs to be done, but let's do pilot ourselves first, right? And before we bring something out. And that's the pilot which happened both from a Mission to USA program and then the fintech ecosystem which went to Singapore, and we built on that. And today, I think the global connections we have brought in as an inherent element of this program, and we look forward for each one of you to be exploring the global markets, whether it is US market or Dubai or Singapore or some other Canada market. We'll try to see what elements we can bring in. And again, TiE has been very, very instrumental in terms of bringing that ecosystem. So TiE Silicon Valley, for example, and other chapters of TiE, we will try to be engaged with them, and we'll try to soon bring a program for the same. But then, that was second pillar. The third pillar is in terms of funding. And I think again here, because we have established fund, we have a next gen technology fund 1, manager Puntak. And then we realize that the fund has its own capacity to invest, but there are a lot of other investors who would like to, co-invest. And that's where we said this program should focus from day one, bringing the next capital in a co-investment model. And we have been happy that today, the partner ecosystem, if you see, has really, come forward. The likes of, the startup ventures, likes of Fard Networks, likes of Visors, likes of, C Fund, likes of Succeed, right? They've come forward that and each one of you who's sitting in this room has already been kind of, dipstick done by the investors. And each one of you have some validation done by the investors. And one of the investors have kind of picked up you up saying that they are looking forward to have more engagement with each one of you. And that's what we want to build build in. And we have brought in the angel groups, Hyderabad Angels, for example, or the Chandigarh Angels, and these ecosystems have been able to, the investor ecosystem has come forward that we will, not just work with you in terms of next 3 months, how is you going to progress, and we will monitor the progress. In the sidelines, you will not realize they have done the due diligence already of each one of you. So that's the beauty of this program, right? And then other partners are already there. All the local chapters of TIE, as Alok ji talked about, TIE Vizag, TIE Bhubaneswar, TIE Chandigarh. I think we have been, been able to bring in a lot of energy from local TIE chapters, which has been present, across centers, and then all this is the culmination of this, what we have done so far. So again, let me re-emphasize, the structured mentorship is the core idea about this whole program. I'm sure some of you will say, hey, this we know already, but let me tell you, there's a lot of baggage which will come along with, in terms of what you already know, but it's good to get to know again, right? Good to unlearn something and learn new things, right? And I'm, the kind of mentors which have been brought forward by TIE, look forward, and you will see in the next 2.5 days as well as the next 3 months. One of the core of thing which we said, they will launch this program physically, because lot of things are happening in virtual ecosystem, but sometimes learning is not taking, that kind of learning is not happening in the same pace that it should happen. So that's why this physical program is there, where 2.5 days of the quality mentorship you will witness. And then forward, there'll be some virtual sessions. Again, there will be a physical session somewhere in the month of March and April. And again, we will have a lot of these virtual sessions going on. But that's quality mentorship is one. Learn from the actual entrepreneurs who have actually done something. So what is the growth hacking they have done, and how you can make use of the growth hacking, and explore the growth opportunities. I said funding I talked about, but a lot of, while you do that, a lot of exercises will be given, which will ensure that validation and credibility is also being coming into your own business proposal and business cases, right? So this is what actually will happen. But let me tell you what has happened so far, right? So this is where, 1200 applications, Alok ji said, 546 applications were completed in all aspects. And that's when TIE team and together, all the TIE teams sat together. We look forward to, looking each one of your proposals, pitch decks, etc. And then said, hey, there are around 180 plus startups which have actually worth, to be pitched in front of, the investors and the jury, which was both investors and the ecosystem players. So 184 of them pitched it, right? 87 of them were selected, and all of them, have, barring one of two, because they were not due diligence, the first due diligence kind of, failed, and then there's no, no mark on their what they're doing, but just because program has its own guidelines, right? So 87 of them are selected right now. I've been told 81 of them have already come to Delhi. Some of them are still on their way because of the weathers, but 81 of them, 84, if I'm not wrong, 83 are the startups which are coming for physical pitch session today. So this is what we have been, and what we'll do further now from here. 23rd Jan is what the bullet says about, right? We have set the clear timelines, right? By May, this co-investment funding will happen to selected startups, right? So we look forward to maximizing the opportunity for you. Probably some of you may not still be able to get the funding, but the other two pillars is where you get a lot of learning. But we will ensure that all the investors sit together with each one of you, do your due diligence, do understand and look forward in terms of what progress they can monitor at your end for the next 3 months. Because day one, it's the investors are getting engaged as well onto the program. This is the whole objective, 30 days. The first 30 days, the top, if you see that, pick up the topics, it just starts from where you are, right? It goes from, not just talking about how you build your business model, but it's a validation of your business model. Some new inputs will come. It will also look into the financial management aspect of each one of you, right? Both in the group and the one-to-one mentoring format, right? And then build on terms of how do you, what is the GTM you should actually deploy for scaling up at the stage, what kind of, marketing strategies you should actually look forward to for the growing. And the most important part sometimes is when all of you are very tech focused sometimes, right? How do you bring in the capabilities in terms of the quality teams, right? What aspects of hiring is required in your own ventures, right? And that's what will start happening, because this, again, scaling up is this real stage over there, right? And then when you are scaling up, the compliance, legal aspects are important. So this is, lot of things will happen in the first month. The idea is that the first month it's all about quick preparation, quick pepping up, right? Ensuring that whatever you are doing, is it right? Is it wrong? Is it needs to be, I'll not say it's wrong, it's just like, is it right or it needs an improvement, right? So more, it will come from more of that angle. And I think the mentors are some people who have already done these things, right? The next 30 days will focus on, building the close, investor relationships, right? And that's why the whole objective is the finance, understanding of the finance, right? Managing your own finance, securing more finance, and how do you ensure that you actually create value out of that investment? Because it's important that the investment which goes into each of your company, you talk about what value you're going to create from that particular investment, right? You've done some valuation, some value proposition already, you have created a lot of value in your ventures already, but what else you can do? And that's when the new investment will come, because you are here because of what you have achieved, but the investment will come in what you can achieve further from that money, right? And the next 30 days will be more focused on, closing the deals, right? So that's the whole objective. And then we have set timelines, because sometimes due diligence may take some more time, and that's why we have set target of 90 months. What does the investors look forward to? Very clearly, leap ahead, investors are going to be engaged with each one of you from day one, in fact day zero, because they've already been engaged with you, right? They will watch your progress. They will also look into what is the output you can achieve, right? What's the throughput you can achieve in the next 3 months. So the progress of the next 3 months is actually going to be very closely monitored as well. And then due diligence will happen in parallel. And then, they will make an offer, with the NGIs together. NGIs as a fund will do co-investment along with the investors, right? The next 2.5 days, the objective is very clear. The day one is focused on, building the networking, bringing the ice breaking, which we led by Paritoshji, in terms of getting to know each other, right? And networking, from within the cohort itself, right? And then the certain classroom sessions. The first day, it's only about the product market fit. Second day is focused more on in terms of, the early stage investment, what is the landscape, and I think some investors will talk about that, so that you exactly know where do you fit in, for your own sector, your own focus, what you can achieve, right? And then, building upon some of the use case, some of the modules further, which is the business model and the adoption, customer adoption. Because when you get into the, scaling up, understanding the customer, understanding the segment of your customer, understanding of preparing your own, positioning of your own product, right? That is very, very important, and that's what will happen in the one of the sessions going forward. And that's what we'll do. But what we want to achieve together here is, let's foster more innovations. Let's ensure that there is a good amount of entrepreneurship. Let's celebrate the entrepreneurship. That's the whole objective. But while we celebrate, we also achieve new milestones and new goals. So that's the objective. And we look forward within Team STPI. We look forward to ensuring that next 3.5 months or 3 months of the program plus 1 month extension in terms of the deal flow, going to be very value added. And a lot of new surprises will be there. I'm not going to announce the surprises right now, but as we move forward, we'll bring in some more, interventions within this program as we move forward. So thank you, and looking forward for good engagement the next 2.5 days.
Thank you very much, Subodhi, for the absolutely comprehensive orientation for the program. That is, I think, something that you all are now looking forward to stuff and already excited about the program, which is what it should be. Thank you so much again. I would now like to invite Shri Arvind Kumar, Director General STPI, to please deliver a keynote address. But before that, I just want to add one little bit about Sir. I think about 8 months ago, we visited his office. And I think that's, as founders and entrepreneurs, you all will understand that in order to be able to create anything of consequence, one has to first envision that thing. And that was the vision that was shown by him. He gave us that vision. He gave us a canvas to work on. And I think he gave us the constant guidance all these months to be able to then create a program of this nature and of this scale that I don't think has been achieved in the country before. So thank you very much for that, sir. And please welcome upon the stage.
Good morning. My colleagues on the dais, all innovators, it's not time to very long speech, right? It's mentorship program. Really, Tai is wonderful partner, I must say, because without Tai, without Geetika, without Upasana, it was not possible to come to this stage. It's great honor also to address all of you, all innovators, founders, expert on the various domains. As I said, this program is not about the teaching. This program is not about speeches. It is about sharing the experiences, learning. I would say 2-3 things. One is, please ready to accept. There are 2-3 types of the people. One is, they know, so there's something is called bucket. So bucket is full, empty. When the rain happens, a lot of water comes in it. Some people are like half filled your bucket, so something comes, something goes out. Some are, their bucket is full of water. So when the rain comes, nothing goes inside. And the last, which is many of you are, bucket ulti hi rakhi hui hai. So this is the program where you first ensure that this bucket is full empty, right? So that you can get maximum benefit of this program. Generally what happens when you come in this type of the program, there may be many people who will be saying, talking to each other, I have done multiple such programs and nothing had happened. After this program, they will say the same thing. And when they go next program, they will say the same thing. So please don't be in the trap of them. They are like that only. But you must ensure that you are getting maximum from this very program. I know, because this is not a structured teaching education program, like you are in class 9th or 10th, everybody on the same stage, where everybody pass class 8, so everybody has to learn the factors, so everybody on the same level. Here everybody on the different level, and it's not easy to bring everybody on the same level in a day or 2 days or 3 days. But I know some people may be knowing what has been explained here, maybe 90%, some may be knowing 10%, some may be knowing 50%. But that 10% is more important for the person who knows 90%. For the person who knows only the 10%, that 10% is not that important. 10%, the person who knows the 90% is more important. So when somebody says something, you may be knowing 90% of that, but you have to wait with that person. The 2 sentences, 3 sentences may be more important for you. That experience may be more important for you than what you exactly know. So be open. This program, as he said, the first time we have tried from the STPI. Maybe there are a lot of people are talking about the mentorship program, funding program, global connections program, but we thought there has to be some comprehensive program. Objective, when I, last time when I was in USA, I found that many Indians founders are going, but there is some gap when they are looking for, either they are going with pitching there or they are creating some their deck. There are some missing parts. We wanted to bridge that very missing part by this program. This program has, as Subodh has also already explained, is multiple dimensions like global connections we are looking at. Out of them, 20-25 people we are planning to go to USA for their further, either for market access or for funding or so many other things. Similarly, here we are also connecting this to the investors, because investor is really a very important part of this whole program. And you keep asking from yourself, there is no end to it. You might have developed some program. What is next? What can be done next? This query keeps coming to you. As long as you will have that interactive program, it will be beneficial to everybody. And it's more to like speeches and teaching. It is more like what you learn from your peers. And I think everybody here sitting, they can learn from each other. Be open. That's what I want to say. And accept whatever is there available. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, all the dignitaries. I would now like to invite Paritosh Pathak on the stage, please. Some of you may be knowing about Paritosh and what are the possibilities that he unveils the moment he takes the stage. I will not take any more time to talk about it. I think, okay, sorry, my bad. Very important part of the program was left. We've created a wonderful booklet for the program. This contains all your details and all your each one of you has details in that program. We would like Shri Arvind Kumarji, DG, STPI to kindly unveil, release that booklet. This is one of a kind booklet of this, for this one of a kind program. 88 startups. Gitika, request you to kindly be on the stage. Gitika Dayal, Executive Director, TIE Delhi-NCR. No, I'm good, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for this unprecedented cohort of 88 startups. Wonderful booklet. You will all get to see it soon. I would now like to invite Paritosh on stage. Paritosh will take you through. Some of you have met here before, just when you came in the morning, but I think there is a lot of connects sitting here in this hall. And Paritosh is a master of sort of helping you network, opening those connects for you. I would like to invite him on stage. Paritosh Pathak, please.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, Thande, you know, right. Wherever you feel comfortable, sir. Right. But everybody will be moving in 10 minutes, so you decide. Right. But we're not going to keep them sitting. Because this energy is not going to work. Okay. I don't like podiums. Is it okay if I walk ahead? Right? Can you guys hear me like this? Yes. If I was to, no, I don't need. You guys can hear me? Yeah. Okay. If I was to go to the working? That was easier than this. If I'm to go to the investors and I ask them, and you want to tell me, you need to tell me, if I go to investors and I ask them, do you invest on people or ideas? What would they say? People, correct? Now this was an easy question, now comes the hard one. If I was to go to the startups and ask them, what are you looking to get investment on? Yourself or your idea? एक तो 80% लोगों ने जवाब ही नहीं दिया, ठीक है? 20% में 10 ने का idea, 10 ने का both, ठीक है? Now that's a huge gap here. This is one missing piece that we really have to understand in the startup ecosystem. That ideas are important. Without good ideas, nothing is going to move. But what investors are looking to invest on, you already know that. You're not the only one with a unique idea out there, right? You're not the only one who's got the best idea, the smartest idea. There are people better than you. I'm sorry in case you did not know that. I know that this is not how we should be starting the morning, but it's a reality, right? Cool. So keep this one thing in mind and now answer the second question for me. If all the opportunities and challenges are the same, and they are, market is the same for everyone, right? If all the opportunities and the challenges are the same, then what defines who will get funding or become successful? Funding to chalo is one stage, right? What defines who will become successful? If all the challenges and the opportunities are the same. Yes, please. Business model, okay. Execution, okay. Okay, failure, getting up, resilience. Okay, having a clear why. Done. Anyone else? Sorry? Okay, we're getting warmer now. Right. Okay, resilience, perseverance, okay. Passion, okay. Speed, okay. सारे startup वाले terms हैं, सारे. मैं रट के आया सारे, पढ़ाई करके आया. Okay, in the interest of time, the answer is this thing called resourceability. It's not a real word. If you go and check it in dictionary, it doesn't exist. It's a word I've created to indicate our ability to utilize our given resources at the optimum level. Everybody do me a favor, please open a piece of paper. Aapke samne, you all have these notepads. Just open up, grab a pen or pencil, and on this paper, very quickly write, what are the resources you have access to right now? So your time is a resource, your knowledge is a resource, this session, this cohort is a resource, right? your product is a resource, your team is a resource, your money is a resource. Write as many as you can. I'm just giving you 60 seconds. As many resources as you can. Done? Everybody written 5 plus? Yes or no? Take it, done. Now do me one more favor. In front of each of these resources, give a marking, give a score. Out of 10, how well are you utilizing this resource? And you have to be honest here. You have to be real with yourself. Peer pressure mein aake, wo mat likhna ki bas acha acha likh diya. Right? Be real with yourself. On a scale of 1 to 10, how well are you utilizing the given resources? Let's say your knowledge. How well do you think you're utilizing your time? How productive you are during the day? Your money, how cautiously, carefully are you spending it? Your team. Maybe your network. How well you're utilizing your network. Done? Okay, what are you realizing? Sorry? नहीं ये तो realization का response है मैं तो पूछ रहा हूँ realize क्या कर रहे हो जहाँ पे दर्द होता है ना वो बताओ okay our connects and networks most underutilized what else high level learning क्या है क्या समझ आ रहा है we're underutilized how badly very badly right cool now let me give you something जिसकी वजह से हो सकता है आप में से आधे लोग ये session छोड़ के चले जाओ right you're here wanting money right more money for your investments let me tell you this more money helps you do more of what you're already doing more money helps you do more of what you're doing so अगर आपके analysis के basis पे you are let's say a time waster आपका time का resource आप बहुत poor तरीके से utilize कर रहे हो then more money is going to help you waste more time. You owe this to yourself and you owe this to the investors that you learn how to utilize your resources at the best possible way, resourceability. You're here today. You're here for 3 months. This is an amazing opportunity. I absolutely agree to Arvind what he said, that you could be sitting here with your minds shut, thinking that you already know this. But there's a lot more coming here. This 3 months, this network is going to be an amazing resource. And you have to aim to get a lot more value from it than just investment. Arvind said, some of you will, no, Arvind, sorry, Subodhji said, some of you will get investment, some of you will not, which is a reality. So, what can you take away in case you're going to be the one who's not going to get the investment? How do you make sure these 3 months are going to be a win for you? Build a great network. Build great relationships with the people here, with the people who are going to come. Every speaker who's going to appear here is going to be an amazing opportunity. The Thai team, who's always in the shadows, not coming in the front, is an amazing resource. Build relationships there. Don't just walk away doing paper pen work, making pitches and then going away. Right? Your network is one of the biggest resources. Last 30 seconds and then we do an exercise. Carnegie Institute did a research which identified that nearly 85% of your financial success depends upon your ability to build, maintain, and leverage relationships. 85%. Which means your product fits in the 15%. It's a very important 15%. I'm not taking that away. But after you've got a great product, how successful it'll become, 85% of that depends upon what kind of relationships you're going to build. And that's where we want to start today. Okay? Now, we're going to send you out for 40 minutes. You could be here, out, anywhere, right? And you have 2 objectives. For the first 20 minutes, you have to network with as many people as you can. No, this is not a number game, it's a quality game. Okay? Create a balance of quality and quantity. Network with as many people as you can, with our esteemed leaders here as well. Okay? But the catch is this, for the first 20 minutes, you can't ask anyone what they do professionally, and you can't tell anyone what you do. We call it no business talk. Okay? For first 20 minutes, no business talk. So I want everybody to please take these out. Right? Right? जिनके पास pockets है, pocket में रख लो, जिनके पास नहीं है, table पे रख लो. Okay, हाथ में रख लो, कैसे भी, right? Take them out. First 20 minutes, no business talk. This is when networks and relationships are built. The moment I come to you and I give my card and I say, hi, my name is Paritosh Pathak, I'm a strategic networking coach, I'm talking about my product, right? But first I need to build a relationship. Basis the relationship, selling, investing, everything is a lot easier, okay? So first 20 minutes, talk about anything. Where was the last holiday, right? Who's there in the family? Which city they come from? How's the weather there, right? How much accent Paritosh has? Why does he speak with so much accent? Whatever, right? Whatever you want to speak about. Speak about for first 20 minutes. After that 20 minutes, there are two questions you have to ask everyone. Everybody here? Number one, what's your why? Why are you doing what you're doing? Right? What's the source? What's the power? And number two, what's the mission? Vision, mission में clarity ले लेते हैं सबसे पहले. Vision is where do you see your business? Across 20 countries, 200,000 employees, blah, blah, blah. That's vision. Mission is the impact you're trying to bring into the world as a result of the work that you do. So these are the two questions that you have to ask for the remaining 20 minutes. Okay? Question number one, part one, no business talk. What's the time right now? Let's say it's 10. Okay, 11:10. So till 11:30, no business talk. Nobody's keeping an eye. No, actually, I have some spies in the room. We are keeping an eye, right? Right, cool. So no business talk till 10:30, and 10:30 onwards, two questions you ask, whosoever you meet. What's your why? And what's the mission? Can we ask names? Of course, okay. Yes, please ask name, exchange numbers, build network. That's what we're trying to do here. Thank you, right? Cool, everybody ready? Cool, are these off? Yours is not? Take it off. Till 10:30, this can't be on, okay? And now, you'll have to keep the time yourself. 10:50, you have to be back here on your own. Sorry, 11. I'm thinking my time, okay? Right, okay. So 11:30, you have to be back in the room. 11:30, first exercise ends. 11:52, you got to be back in the room. 20 minutes, no business talk. And yes, absolutely. Even if somebody says, "Kya karte ho?" You say, "No, I'm not telling." I'm not telling. Don't fall for that, right? Because I've planted people. In this room, there are spies, I'm telling you, right? Okay? And then, after 11:30, two questions. What's your why? Why are you doing? And what's the mission? What are you trying to create? What impact are you trying to create? Okay? Cool? Everybody get up. And happy networking. And approach people that you don't know. Okay? That's the idea. Done. Okay? Cool? Done. Before we go ahead, can everybody please open a fresh notepad on their phone? Phone mein notes ki app hoti hai na? Open that app, please. If you have an option to create a folder first. Call it events. Under that, open a notepad. If you don't have an option to create a folder, I don't know, iPhone mein hota hai, Android ka mujhe pata nahi. Hota hi nahi hota. Sorry, I thought I had a moment, I'll take it. Okay, cool. So the folder is called events and the notepad is called Leap Ahead. Given the name? Okay. Now what I want you to do over the next 3 months as you're part of this program, the people that you're meeting, right? You got to be capturing these names, all of them. Now, these are the people that you've met today, okay? Any other person that you're meeting, capture their name, relevant information, right? What product are they in? What are they doing? Etc. etc. How many times has this happened with you before that you've come to an event like this, built a great connect, only to find few weeks later that you can't remember the name of the person? How many investors you have met that if you were in touch with today, baki to chhod do, you've come here to get investments, okay? So how many investors would you have met till date? Many, right? And are you in touch with them? You met them a year ago. You were at a different stage of your business. Today, after a year, you're at a different stage of your business. It is your responsibility to keep the right people updated about the work that you're doing. You got to start building relationships with investors more than trying to seek investments from them. And how do you do that? This is the framework I myself follow. I've got an events app, events folder. I've got TIE, STPI, Leap Ahead name given. And the people that I'm meeting, I'm recording the conversations because it then becomes easier. For the next 3 months that you're doing here, come work hard, work very hard. Hard work का ना कोई वो नहीं है, exception नहीं है दुनिया में. Work very hard, but also work smart. Right? Start becoming a networker. ये बहुत बड़ा myth है world में that you're an introvert and you can't network. Okay, that's not true. Women think being women is a disadvantage. Some do, not all. Right? That it's a disadvantage to network. Not true. More than 50% of the most successful entrepreneurs in the world are introverts. You can Google this text. Go to Google, put this line in, and you'll actually see it's true. Research has happened. Right? What people are doing differently is while they're building a great product, they're building a great network. And you don't do this first and second. They both have to go together. Right? Every single person in this room is important to you. You just don't know how yet. Every single person. Okay? So while you come here, while TIE and STPI has created this amazing opportunity, they're bringing such amazing people, and they'll be bringing so many more over the next 3 months. Can you imagine that? Don't be the kind of student जो आता है, थोड़ा सा homework करता है, चला जाता है. Right? The exercise that we did today was our way to show you how do you start conversations, how do you network with people. Today, when we asked you to network with them, and we said, don't talk about business, for the first 5-10 minutes would have been very hard. Correct? Kya bole, kya kare? And after that, 10 minutes would have been really fun. Yes? The reason I did not move from here, the reason I didn't come between you guys and network is because I was watching how many smiles are on the faces. How many people are smiling? Right? I did not see a single group where people were not smiling. Usually, हमारी networking कैसे होती है? Stiff body. Hi, my name is Paritosh Parak, and this is my product, and this is what I do, and this is blah, 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 blah. Right? It's good. Do that when the time calls. But I want you to remember this, that 85% of your financial success is going to depend upon your ability to build, maintain, and leverage relationships. And you've seen today how easy it is. When you meet an investor, don't straight away start talking about your product. You wait until an investor says to you, what do you do? Not before that. Imagine how many pitches they're getting in a day. Today they fall on deaf ears. Right? Don't do that anymore. Okay? Cool. Okay. I've added this gyan, no more gyan. My gyan is over. Feedback from today. Right? How was this for you today? What's the learning? Not the feedback. What's the learning from this exercise that you've gotten? 2 minutes and then we close. Okay. What do you mean? Define that.
It's very easy to start a conversation. It's much harder to start talking about
The work, right? है ना? बिल्कुल, right? And बिल्कुल. And आज तक हम क्या सोचते आए हैं? उल्टा. We've been thinking the opposite, that I have to start with my business, right? It's called competence. You can either lead with your competence or with your character. Thank you for that. Any other learning from today, guys? Yeah? Good? That's good. Right? Right. Same page. Lovely. Good. Thank you. Yes? Far higher, right? Now imagine how your next 3 months are going to go. Today morning when you came in, you must have been sitting, many of you would have been sitting here nervous. Right? Will I be able to make friends? Such a good group. What's going to happen? But now how are you feeling? Could transformation be so easy? Could networking be so easy? Of course it can. Right? Any other thoughts? Last 1 minute.
You're more than your work.
Sorry?
It's not just your work that defines you. There's so much.
Absolutely. 15%. Work defines you 15%. Right? Yes. Sorry? Hannah? Right. We do not connect with the person. And that's why investors invest on people, because they understand that. Right? Somebody here, yes? Sorry? Interesting stories. Absolutely. Yeah? So relaxing, right? You could network, you could laugh. Right? Cool?
But this would have not been possible if you haven't instructed.
Thank you. Somebody said that. Absolutely. Right? I keep waiting for this question. I keep waiting. Koi to puche ye sawal. Okay? Now I'm going to take 1 more minute, okay? Right. And fundamentally, principally, you're right. Okay? But here's the thing. How long in your life, what's your name? Raj. How long in your life are you going to wait for a Paritosh Parak to come up here and say, okay, guys, hold on, I will take control of networking. Sare pehle on networking. That part where you don't talk about. Right. Then you'll be waiting a long time, my friend. Dekho, this is where your mental barrier has to overcome. Raj, what you're able to do today, right, with ease. 10 years ago, you would have been shit scared of doing that. Right? The first day that you were riding a bicycle, you were sure that you were going to kill yourself. The first day you were driving a car, you were sure that you were going to kill someone else. But neither you killed yourself nor you killed someone else. Today you're scared that you need somebody like me to set up the context. It's okay, you don't. Right? It's as simple as when you approach someone, when you shake hand, you don't talk about yourself, that's it. You go to someone else and says, "Ab batao, kya karte ho?" Let it be work conversation. Doesn't matter. But you don't talk about yourself. The goal is very simple. You take interest in the other person. सामने वाले को ना as a checkbook treat करना बंद कर दो यार. Right? नहीं, life is not checkbook only. Right? अगर ऐसा है तो फिर तो बहुत अलग-अलग philosophies हैं हमारी. ठीक है? चलो done. तो we'll agree to disagree here, Raj. Okay? Cool. So guys, today was a demo. Right? Today, number one, it was a sign of the commitment of Thai STPI to actually give you far more value than just education, than just a couple of investors, right? Arvind sir said that, Subodh sir said, some of you may not get invested, but we still want to help you. Maybe your day is not going to be today, but maybe it's going to be tomorrow. You don't know that. So you got to prepare for your tomorrow. Okay? So, build great networks. With that, Thai team, thank you so much. Handing it over to you. God bless.
Thank you so much, Paritosh. I think this was brilliant, even though it seemed very effortless, as if you haven't done anything, but I think those are the things that need to be done. Those doors and windows, we just need to open our mind. Thank you so much, Paritosh. Thank you, everyone.